Muhammad Ali, widely known as the greatest heavyweight boxer to ever live, some would even consider him to be the best boxer ever, regardless of weight class. One thing that is undebatable is that Muhammad Ali is the most talked about boxer of all time. From giving away millions of his hard-earned cash, saving someone's life, and even being shot at in a casino, these are 20 crazy things you didn't know about Muhammad Ali. Starting off with number 20, we all know Muhammad Ali for his great achievements in boxing. But did you know he was a 2-time Grammy nominee recording artist? Ali was twice nominated for the prestigious award, once in 1964 for a comedy album, and again in 1976 for a children's song that promoted dental hygiene and warned against the dangers of sugar. My man was landing hits in the ring and making hits out of it. While Ali did have a knack for making music, it wasn't something he learned in school. Actually, school was never his favorite place to be while he was growing up, mainly due to number 19. Ali was diagnosed with dyslexia during his young life. Talking about why he never pursued an advanced education after high school, Ali said, "There was no way I was going to college. I never even thought about it. I could barely read my textbooks." Guess you don't need too much of an education to be successful in life, as Ali proved. Hey, at least you weren't the only one that hated school, Muhammad. School wasn't his thing as a youngster, but boxing was, all thanks to a cop. For number 18, I bet you didn't know the story of how a police officer introduced Ali to the sport of boxing. As the story goes, 12-year-old Ali was speaking to a cop about how his bicycle had been stolen and how he wanted to beat up whoever took it. The cop informed young Muhammad that he should practice boxing before he tried to do that, sparking Ali's interest in the sport for the first time in his life. See, despite being one of the most famous followers of the Muslim faith, Ali was actually raised in a Methodist family. While it's said that Ali showed little interest in faith prior to converting to Islam, he attended church weekly growing up. Now, unfortunately, his conversion to Islam caused a lot of controversy, which takes us nicely to number 16. In 1964, people would be shocked to find out that Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. had changed his name to Cassius X. And then shortly after, he was given the name Muhammad Ali. The reason behind the name change was to reinforce his conversion to Islam, as was recommended to him by his spiritual teacher and close friend, Elijah Muhammad. Unfortunately for Muhammad, it would take many years for some to call him by his new name. Man, what is wrong with these people? Why can't they just respect Ali's decision? See, in this fight with Ernie Terrell back in 1967, the famous line, "What's my name?" was created. Throughout the entire build-up to the fight, Terrell would call Ali by his slave name, Cassius Clay. This, of course, got on the nerves of Muhammad, ultimately resulting in him repeatedly saying, "What's my name?" as he rained shots on his opponent. What a guy! At number 15, did you know that Ali invented the famous rope-a-dope move? Ali was so good in the ring that certain things he did have lived on to this day. The rope-a-dope is a great example of this, as the move was accredited to Ali after he implemented it against his knockout win over George Foreman. The move, which is executed by using the ropes to lean into or away from opposition punches, was used by Ali to tire out the explosive Foreman before KOing him.
Ali wasn't just taking punishment, he was deflecting blows off of his forearms and elbows, using the lax ropes to slip punches, and wrestling Foreman to tire him out. Almost every time Foreman went to the body, Ali would pull his head down to take away his stability. No stability, no power.
Okay, so some of you may have already known that the rope-a-dope originated from Ali. But did you know number 14? Muhammad Ali boxed a star NFL player. Back in 1979, well past the boxing prime of Ali, the former heavyweight champ agreed to box Lyle Alzado, a standout defensive end who played for the Broncos and Raiders. This hybrid fight between two different sports stars was one of the first of its kind, leading the way for dozens of these types of fights in the future. Now, of course, you would expect Ali to dominate, even if he was past his prime, But to our surprise, Lyle Alzado actually put up a good fight. The announcer gave Ali the unofficial decision, but it was just an exhibition fight, so it didn't go on the impressive record of Ali. From fighting NFL stars to saving lives, I bet you didn't know number 13. Ali talked a suicidal man down from the side of a building. Muhammad Ali has a heart of gold, and he's proven that throughout his incredible life. One of the moments that stands out for many is the day that Ali was able to talk a man down from jumping off a building in Los Angeles back in 1981. Ali happened to hear about a situation of a man standing on the ledge of a 6-story building about to jump just blocks from where he was at the time. Ali quickly got in his car and rushed to the scene, driving on the wrong side of the road numerous times just to reach the scene in time. When he got there, he successfully calmed the 21-year-old down and was able to talk him back into the building. Ali would follow up with the individual, helping him get an education and job and supporting him in any way he needed. Dude, this guy is an inspiration! For doing something like that, Ali deserves some kind of medal, just like the gold medal he was able to capture for number 12. You see, before his heavyweight titles, Muhammad Ali was able to take gold at the 1960 Olympics in Rome. Competing as a light heavyweight, Ali was just 18 years of age when he conquered one of the world's most prestigious boxing competitions. Sadly, Ali claimed to have thrown the original medal in the Ohio River after being racially harassed by a biker gang. In 1996, however, the medal was replaced at the Atlanta Olympics, a beautiful gesture from the Olympic Committee.
Is here to present to Muhammad Ali this replacement for the boxing gold medal he won at the Games of the 17th Olympiad.
Just like Ali had to replace his original gold medal, he would also have to replace his original wife, as number 11 explains. Ali divorced his first wife, Sanji Roy, as a result of her not converting to the Nation of Islam. Islam was such a big part of Muhammad Ali's life that a major reason why he and his first wife split was because she did not want to convert to Islam and the lifestyle that came with it. Sanji even went as far as saying that the Nation of Islam had stolen Ali's mind. Clearly, Ali was a man of conviction, and he would not compromise on certain things. Just like number 10, when Muhammad Ali was convicted of draft evasion. During the Vietnam War in 1967, Muhammad Ali made international news when he refused to join the military via draft. Ali did not believe in the war, and felt it was unfair that he, as a black man, would be forced to go to war while he also was treated unfairly for his skin color in the United States. Ali was convicted of draft evasion and sentenced to 5 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Ali never went to prison, but he was banned from boxing for 3 years, which caused Ali to miss out on a valuable portion of his prime. In addition, Ali caught a lot of backlash from the public for his decision and stance on the war. We take our hats off to you, Muhammad. You should always stick up for yourself, guys. In addition to the negative publicity he was getting, Ali's stance on the war resulted in consequences that led to number 9. The NSA was actually spying on Ali. As part of Operation Minaret, an operation that was set up to monitor those who opposed the Vietnam War, the NSA had Muhammad Ali on a list of monitored individuals. Many of Ali's phone calls very well may have been wiretapped by the NSA so they could listen in on what he was talking about, mainly targeting conversations on the war. Let's hope he didn't say anything dodgy, if you know what I mean. After Ali was being spied on, I'm positive you won't know what number 8 is. Ali was awarded with a Presidential Medal of Freedom. In 2005, President George W. Bush awarded Muhammad Ali with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. This award is so relevant and frankly ironic because of the vindication that it gives Ali after the unfair conviction and treatment he received in the 60s from the US government for draft evasion. Upon awarding the medal to Ali, Bush had remarked that Ali was a man of peace, and this was clearly seen. So at number 7, we got the time that Muhammad Ali met with Saddam Hussein to free US hostages. Check it out. In 1990, Ali, a respected figure in the Muslim world, held a meeting in Iraq with their president at the time, Saddam Hussein. This meaningful conversation meant that 15 hostages were freed, all thanks to the work of the great Muhammad Ali. Sometimes, Ali felt like a hostage himself when it came to getting the fights he wanted, so he went on to achieve number 6, creating his own fight promotion company. In 1966, Muhammad Ali created his own promotion to promote his own fights, naming his company Main Bout. A number of individuals had equity in the company, including Ali's manager, Jabir Muhammad, and Bob Arum, a well-known promoter during Ali's career. Arum and Jabir Muhammad would obtain the rights to the company and would change its name to Top Rank Boxing, a promotion that is still popular to this day. What's in at number 5, I hear you ask? Well, my friend, how about the time the gloves Ali wore to defeat Sonny Liston earned him more money than the victory itself? It was February 25th, 1964, when Ali captured the heavyweight championship for the very first time. The gloves he wore must have caught the eye of a very wealthy man, because an anonymous buyer purchased the gloves for a whopping $836,000. The funny thing is that Ali only earned $630,000 for the victory itself. For number 4, I bet you didn't know that Ali influenced the creation of the UFC. Well, I mean, kind of. It's very possible to think that Muhammad Ali played a massive part in forming the UFC, and here's how. Back in 1976, Ali and Antonio Inoki agreed to a fight, but this wasn't a boxing match. You see, Inoki was a professional wrestler, not a boxer. A special set of rules had been agreed for this prototype mixed martial arts fight. Ali would wear 4-ounce gloves and would be able to tag out of any grapple by touching the ropes. Inoki would be barehanded. There was to be no kneeing, kicking, or hitting below the belt. Anyone thrown out of the ring would have 20 seconds to get back in. This truly mental fight was named the War of the Worlds, although some may say it was more of a circus act. Ultimately, this inspired them to set up an organization that tested the martial arts against each other. So together, they created Pancrase. Long story short, Pancrase heavily influenced the Pride Fighting Championship, which was absorbed by the Fertitta brothers and the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC. Pretty cool, huh? Ali actually would have fit in pretty well in the UFC because of number 3. He was the original trash talker. Nowadays, trash talking is a common thing in combat sports. Back in the day, though, it was hardly ever included in the build-up to fights, meaning that Muhammad was the first to do it.
I'm going to do something to Joe Frazier that might be illegal. My lawyers told me to bring a bail bondsman to get me out of jail. They might put my tail in jail and get me out on bail after what I do to Joe Frazier.
Nicknamed the Louisville Lip at the time, Muhammad Ali was by far the most outspoken and confident fighter of his era, and was probably the biggest trash talker in boxing history up to the 1960s and 70s. While he might have talked a lot of smack, he sure backed it up in the ring. Every now and then, though, Ali's trash talk backfired on him, like it did for number 2, that time that Sonny Liston almost shot Ali. Prior to their heavyweight title bout, Ali was doing what he always does, trying to get in his opponent's head. One night leading up to their fight in Las Vegas, Ali thought it was a good idea to trash talk Liston as he played blackjack. As Ali started taunting Liston, who had no luck in the casino that night, took his frustrations out on Ali, firing a pistol numerous times. Luckily, the gun was filled with blanks, but Ali didn't know that as he jumped over chairs and tables to scurry away from the scene. Ali would get the last laugh, though, beating Liston twice in his career. Good thing those were just blanks in that gun, too, or maybe Muhammad Ali never would have accomplished number 1. Being the most generous philanthropist athlete of all time. Muhammad Ali did great things in the ring, but even after he retired, he continued to do even better things out of the ring. Ali is considered to be one of the most generous athletes of all time, as he has touched the lives of millions through philanthropy. It is estimated that Ali has fed over 22 million hungry people, and he made significant donations to 24+ reputable charities and causes. Jeez, this guy is a true inspiration to all of us. Some of the things he accomplished in his 74 years of living are nothing short of incredible. Remember earlier on in the video, we spoke about that extremely weird matchup between Ali and the NFL player Lyle Alzado? Well, that was a very odd fight to say the least. But what about that time the two strongest men in the world stepped foot in the ring? Or the time a former basketball player got knocked out clean by a YouTuber? What? You must be so excited to find out more. Click this video right here, my friend, because these are the weirdest boxing matches that actually happened.